Hey everybody, it's Somni Respiratory Flux, call me Flux for short or whatever you want to call me. In the last episode, we kept going through the forest, and it looks like we're probably going to be doing that for a few more episodes. Don't really know what else to say about that, so in this time we will just keep doing more of that with tippin' totems. This level, I think, is actually a pretty interesting one. I say that about all of them, though. Honestly, that's one of the things I like about this game is... I didn't really need to skip that. I was just impatient to get the level started because I don't want to just be doing intro for the entire... Well, of course I don't want to be doing intro for the entire episode because that would be kind of weird. I need to get back up here and roll. Wow. Oh, you could also just pound on that to make a mushroom appear. This is really weird that I'm starting this episode off like this, isn't it? But no. As you can see, the whole thing of this level is totem poles that you jump on, and they sometimes tip back and forth. I see that puzzle piece there. So, remember that it is there, and don't get hit by the spores from that thing. But you can just drop down here. Also, ooh, there's this propeller thing I need to... Okay. If you blow past it, it's not gonna actually... Yeah. Oh, wow. I was sure that wasn't gonna get me anything, and I was just being overly paranoid, but yeah, it did. Well, good thing I did that, then. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten 100% in this game before, but as should be obvious to anyone by now, I don't remember exactly where all of the puzzle pieces are, so... Okay, this is probably one of the easier bonus room setups, in my opinion. Just be sure not to go too far out of the way. Yeah, that one is really not bad. It's just... I'm being really nervous today, as always. But no, what I think is that this... I think I had a point that I was getting to somewhere, but no. But with this game, one thing I like is that all of the levels kind of have their own identity to them. It's not like... It's not like any of them really feel particularly weak, except for like maybe a few of the ones in earlier worlds. And even some of the ones in the earlier worlds have their own identity, have their own things that they do that are interesting. It's just that they are, well, simpler gimmicks, I guess. And even the ones that have complex gimmicks tend to be fairly well designed to not over rely on them either. This is a pretty cool thing. The thing's sleeping, and you have to get past it, blow in its ear. But get through quickly, or else it will smash again. Yeah, so that's kind of neat. But no, I like how this level used the totem pole thing without really feeling like it detracts. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing, is like a lot of people act like gimmicky level design detracts from actual level design that works without gimmicks. And I would argue with this game as an example of evidence that that's not necessarily the case. You can use gimmicky level design. Also, that is just that telltale banana. And that's all you really get to say, there is a puzzle piece down here. So, but yeah, no. I get the feeling that it's like some people accuse gimmicky things of being gimmicky with the implication that because it uses a gimmick, it over relies on that to the point where it's not really solid if you take that away. But I don't think that's necessarily such a bad thing. I'll just do that. But no, it's people say that as if, okay. People say that. Yeah, see, wow. Already 6 of 7 puzzle pieces, so this is going quite smoothly. So I get the feeling I'm right at the end, so I'm... Oh, yeah. No, I didn't mention it before, but these hippos, if you bounce on them too many times in a short succession, they will be knocked down and you'll have to wait for them to reappear. But they're just kind of adorable anyway. But they're called Bopopotamus, which is kind of hilarious. No. Pound on this to knock down the totem pole a few pegs, but then get into the there before it closes its mouth again. But no. So that's a level where it has a solid gimmick with the totem poles. But it uses it in a way that adds to the level design rather than detracting from it. And I think that a lot of things that are accused of being plain old gimmicky and not having any good level design to them as well actually do have solid level design if you actually pay attention. But some people just see the gimmick and don't even want to try to do that. Anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, and here's another level with a little bit of a gimmick, but all of them are, obviously, in this game. Well, not obviously, but generally. Long shot launch. No, we are not playing Zelda. And I see that. I see that. I see that little thing there. Oh, wow. That is actually kind of a little weird detour thing. But that actually is kind of an early intro into what this level's actual gimmick is going to be. As you will see in a moment. Okay. No, see, there's that barrel up there. We kind of need to get to that, so yeah. But we can just kind of roll. So yeah, that gets us to a little bonus puzzle piece. But no. Also, those things will snap at you. You can bounce off the bud, but they will snap, so be careful not to land back on them right after you jump in them. They're mostly actually seem more of a threat for 2-player mode. Also, I see that puzzle piece. You can launch to here safely, even with the barrel not following that. Also, you can see those underneath there, so you can see that little thing there. Yep. They're hiding a lot of puzzle pieces in this level right away. Wow. And there's another little hidden area down here with yet another puzzle piece. We have 5 puzzle pieces and 1 Kong letter. Yeah, they're really putting those all over the place in this level. But no. The gimmick of this level is in the barrels. Also, wow, I almost missed that O, even though it's kind of designed so you have to get it. Also, because of these skull and crossbones, barrels explode, so this is where things get cool. Yeah, I really like that. It doesn't really add anything to the actual level design, so it's kind of more of a straight gimmick in the sense that people accuse games of, but I think it works. And it still has little things with the barrels and these little totem pole obstacles, and it's a standard barrel blasting level like in other Donkey Kong Country games, so it kind of gets a pass for that. Unfortunately, it runs into the same problem as the minecart levels to an extent, in that you can very easily just die and not have any particular means to recover from that, just by timing something slightly wrong. But at least compared to the rocket barrel levels and other things like that, you have a little bit of time to steady yourself. unfortunately, that end there is... It's possible to... Well, yeah, it's possible to miss the blast and still go on, so you just kind of have to... Wow, my rhythm is getting really off. But no. It's... I think that the main difficulty in a level like this is just... And especially when you have something like that where... Okay, I got that one. And now, another long blast, and... Boom. I like how they use the long shots. It's not really part of the gameplay of the level so much as it is just like the environment and the visual appeal of it, because it makes you feel like you're blasting a really long way, which even if it doesn't change anything about how the level is played compared to if it was a shorter blast, it just looks really cool, and sometimes that's all you really need out of a gimmick. It doesn't... And like I said, the actual gameplay of the level itself is a fairly standard barrel cannon level. It's not like it's suffering from what the gimmick tries to do. It just sort of incorporates it into an aspect of the level design that might not necessarily have to do with the straight gameplay. It's just sort of there for flavor. And I mean, if nothing had flavor, everything would taste really boring. That was somehow the most ridiculously obvious sentence I've ever done. Also, this one, it's not the timing of the barrels moving, it's the timing of the obstacles. Wow. Also, blast above that for the G. You don't necessarily think you can do that, but you actually can. Also, you can get smushed in between those, just like here. Uh-huh. Yeah. That's an interesting little level. And also, don't forget this last puzzle piece here. Yeah. I think we've just been kind of really moving along with these levels, honestly. In fact, I think I have time to do another one, because if I stop here, this video is going to be like under 14 minutes. And again, I'm not going to go to that one because this is level 5-6. And I guess kind of to update on what I said about level length a couple episodes ago, I feel like to some extent, and I've had some feedback and it generally agrees with me, that sometimes people ask for videos that are too long to really want, and sometimes you just want to watch. Sometimes you prioritize things that are shorter because you know you'll have the time to watch them. But what I'm thinking here is this is more of a matter that hardly anybody watches my channel at this point. And it's like, I don't want to sound like I'm begging for viewers or subscribers or anything. I mean, no more than anyone who puts stuff out on the internet is asking for attention, of course. But what I'm saying is more to the effect of, if my videos are too long, people aren't gonna wanna try to watch them because they don't know if they're going to be entertained for the whole thing. And frankly, sometimes my videos aren't exactly consistently entertaining. Also, this is actually kind of an example of a level gimmick this game does that's not unique to the level itself, which is kind of interesting. These springy mushrooms you kind of see throughout the forest, but this is just a level that is built... Actually, I think you even see these a bit in the jungle world in like the first couple levels. Yeah, there you see the springy mushroom platforms, like almost exactly like this, and you kind of have to play chicken there a little bit to get the puzzle piece without getting hurt. But... Hi, cat. No, What I'm saying is, it's like... it's one thing to say what kind of video length you prefer from someone you know that you're going to watch, somebody that you know is going to keep you entertained enough that you're going to want to watch the whole video, and you just have a preference on how much of them at once you think you can see, or how much of them at once you have time to see. And also, this level is reusing the cling and swing gimmick a little bit. Again, not sure if that's really a gimmick so much as just kind of clever use of gameplay, and also blasting into a little bonus area. Oh boy, it's one of these, so I might lose my train of thought here. But no, but it's one thing to know, if you know what kind of content something is, you know how much you want, and you might be able to say that you want more of it than for somebody else. But it's like, if you don't know, and pretty much most people who watch Let's Plays at this point don't know what my videos are like. I'm not under any illusions that I'm somehow this big name or anything just because I've put out 5 different series of me playing video games somewhat badly on the internet. And it's like, I know that people don't really know who I am, and to some extent, I'm fine with that. I just feel like, at the same time, I still want to make my videos accessible to people who don't know who I am, but might be interested in changing that, just based on seeing what I do. And there's a difference between putting myself out there in a conceited way and just kind of wanting to make sure that when people do watch my videos, that they're not bored to the point where they stop watching. And I feel like based on my YouTube search stuff, my YouTube analytics, it constantly, also if you land on the wrong part there, those things will try to eat you because you don't land on the exact middle that bounces you back out. Yeah. But no, it's like, I feel like viewer retention is something that I'm really having a hard time with, so I kind of want to make sure my videos aren't too long. Also, I missed a puzzle piece. Well, I'll get back to that. So, probably cutting away to get back to that. So, yeah. So it's like, and it bothers me that there are probably people out there who, and some of them might just be random bots that are just kind of cataloging videos rather than actually anybody watching. But, do I have squawks? No, I don't. But just the thought that somebody might be out there watching my videos a bit and not really enjoying them and not making any effort to tell me what I'm doing wrong that they might enjoy better, which, unless the advice is something like do stuff more like PewDiePie or the Game Grumps, unless it's something stupid like that, I would be likely to listen to any advice anyone was willing to offer me. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll see you back when Squawk starts squawking. I think the problem here is with the hippos. See, I remember something like this. Yep. Oh, wow. Cruelty to hippos much. Poor guys. That puzzle piece literally just makes you, oh, I'm gonna murder a bunch of hippos. Alright. Now with that out of the way, I think that's about it for this episode. So, in the next time, we'll probably finish up these last couple levels before going on to the K level and the boss level and maybe to the next world. Don't know what just happened with my voice there, but okay. Respond, vibrate, feedback, and resonate in the comments below. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. What am I doing?